I'm joined with a singer-songwriter from Baltimore, Maryland. She is such an incredible country recording artist. She has a single that just came out recently entitled Give It In that is available on
Yeah.
all digital music platforms. I'm joined with Bree Jaxson, and that is spelled moving along.
Awesome. Well, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so let's begin before we get into where you're at musically now. Let's go back first. Um,
Sure.
how did you get started into your musical journey?
Yeah, so music was always such a big part of my life. I was the 5-year-old, putting performances on for my parents in the living room, and I ended up going to a performing arts high school in Baltimore, and I kind of got my love for being on the stage, there, and being able to go kind of compete nationwide. I was in a show choir there, and so it really inspired me to like follow that dream. I had my first recording at like 6 years old with my aunt who was also a musician, and yeah, we went from there.
Okay, so I notice you have a variety of influences, not just
Yeah.
country music. You got influence of rock, pop, jazz. Um, that's pretty cool. It's kind of like a smoothie or
Eh,
a smoothie type of uh, of music that you got there. But as far as artists, whether it's locally or mainstream, who are some of the artists that's either inspired you or influenced you as an artist?
Yeah, so I mean, growing up, I feel like every girl my age, Christina Aguilera, the Britney Spears of the generation really inspired, I think, the pop side of me. But as I, grew older, that wasn't really what I identified with. And so now, one of my biggest inspirations for my single that released before this one was called Country Heart City Roots. And I had a lot of um like rock insights into it was Lindsay L. And she's from Canada. She's a country artist here now, and she is phenomenal on the electric guitar. And so I watched her and I was like, you know what? I want to incorporate some of that rock into my music, my country music, because I feel like when I grew up, country music was so pigeonholed to one sound, and now it's becoming so diversified. And, I really look to her for inspiration. I really love Lauren Elena as well. I think that, she really sits well with me and where I am in my life, and her music has really, helped and inspired me get through things that, I feel like a lot of girls my age are going through.
Yeah, Christina Aguilera. I mean, that
She's
voice.
still my favorite. She's still number one, let's be honest.
Yeah, her resume speaks for itself. She
Exactly.
has one of the most popular and strong singing voices of this generation, and
Oh, absolutely.
there's you got to have a God given gift to have a voice like that. And she has that. Everybody be talking Britney, Christina. People got their favorites.
Yeah,
Britney was like performing, and Christina had that power
exactly.
voice. People compared here and there. I was more of a Christina. I respect Britney, but I was more Team
Well, they were two
Christina.
different artists,
Yeah, two different artists.
It's
Yeah,
hard to compare apples and oranges.
yeah. That's fair. But people like to compare here and there. But for Christina, for what she's been able to do, I've liked this part of her career, like seeing her on The Voice on numerous occasions now. She's becoming like a mentor to the next generation of musicians. So
Yeah,
she
absolutely.
she's doing awesome things. Um, so I see that not only am I having a chat with a talented musician like yourself. I'm
Mhm.
having a chat with a combat veteran out of from Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So first, before I go further, thank you and the troops for your service. Thank you
Thank you.
to the troops, to the everybody, regardless of what armed force that you represented. You all had the same purpose, and we appreciate you. Uh, so,
Thank you.
talk about your experience being a combat veteran. What was that? How would you describe that experience?
Man, I think honestly, I can only describe it as eye opening, until you're in that location and you're kind of doing. So I used to build um, bombs and rockets and missiles for the A-10 aircraft. So when I deployed last time to Afghanistan, that is what my job was. Um, and man, like it makes you appreciate so much more when you come back home to see like how lucky we all actually are and how much sacrifice that is happening that people in this country don't even know about. It's a little scary, obviously, but man, like the experience I've got to have like being in the military, I, you could never get that anywhere else. And so I just feel extremely lucky to live in this country now, just seeing other countries and how it is, it's definitely eye opening.
That's definitely the key phrase that you brought out, eye opening.
Yeah.
And sacrifice, especially. Some people are able to survive from all of that, going through the fears and everything. And some people may not have survived through it. But it's just we we take a lot for granted in this country. We
Oh, we
we
do,
and
for sure.
and honestly, we don't agree on every single thing in this country, but I feel like what we all can agree on is what the troops, armed forces mean to this country, to all of us. So, I think that's
Yeah.
something that we all can agree on. And again, to you and to everyone that has served or on the verge of serving, we thank you all for what you do, and we appreciate all that you have done. We thank you.
Thank you.
So I just want to emphasize that and
Thank
make
you.
that let that be known. Um, so back to the music side, I see you released your latest single entitled "Giving In,"
Yeah.
and that is available on all of your digital music platforms. And just talk about recording that song. It definitely feels like one of those songs that you really, really got to listen to. So talk about just the whole process of recording that song.
Yeah, so I really try to write my music from my heart and my experiences. And at the time when I was kind of playing around with the song, this idea of giving in, I was just in a time in my life where I felt like I've graduated college, I've been successful, I have a good career, but it's not like my true calling. Like I've checked all the boxes and I've done what everybody else has told me I'm supposed to do, and I finally just made the decision to go for my dreams and to follow them. And so I was like, you know what, I'm giving into this. I'm giving into my dream, and I don't care what anybody has to say about it. Like this is what I'm doing. And so that's like where this song came from, and I really hope that someone else can listen to it and kind of understand the story and know that it doesn't matter what anybody else says. Like, listen to yourself and be true to yourself and give into that. And then you can be happy and gain success, you know? And that's what this song was really about.
That is definitely the attitude and mindset you have to have as an artist, someone in this music business, um, especially you're a woman and you go through a lot
Yeah.
more hurdles and obstacles compared to the men as far as trying to get that
You do.
getting the gigs, getting the radio play, getting
Yeah.
just everything and then some. So obviously you're gonna go through people saying no. You're gonna go through people saying you
Sure.
can't do this, you can't. But then you just say, watch this, and you
Yep.
put the music out, and you get the reaction. You perform these songs, and it all comes together. So I definitely like that perspective. You have to get out of your
Yeah.
comfort zone. You can't just you gotta take chances, especially if you're in the music
You
business.
do.
So
And it's not always going to be glamorous. That's for sure. That is something I learned. And I think now, like you touched on, as a woman in this industry, it was really unfair. And I think now it's starting to be recognized, which is so appreciated. And hopefully we can continue moving on that trend.
yeah, and more women are stepping up, than ever before. But you're still gonna, you still see people still trying, but it takes a lot of empowerment. It takes a lot of encouragement, helping each other,
Good.
lifting each other. Because at the end of the day, this is what y'all was meant to do. It's music is like a team sport of sorts. Like it
Right.
takes everyone from the artist to the producer to the songwriters to the producer, just everyone to make.
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, people love the music, but I guess people don't quite understand the hard work that it takes to put these songs out, especially those countless hours in the studio.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
get
and I mean, I didn't even know, to be honest with you, before I cut my first single a few years ago. I mean, you just think it happens overnight and it gets played, and man, that was an experience. The first time in the studio, we were there for like 16 hours. I was like, "Is this how it is every time?" And it
uh,
is.
oh, 16 hours. Ooh, yeah, that voice gonna wear out, especially
Well,
getting
that's
to
from, doing the track, doing the instrumentals, putting the
yeah.
I mean, it's the whole thing, but still, I mean, yeah, it's a process.
Yeah, indeed. So check out Giving In by Bree Jaxson. It is available on all the platforms. Check it out. I'm watching the video through Facebook. Is that a music video or is that like a photo shoot of the album cover with you looking real lovely in front of a car?
Yeah, I mean, so this was just kind of a little teaser, a little promo video for you guys until the actual music video can come out.
Okay, okay. What car is that you are nearby? What's that car?
Oh man, you're gonna test me on this. I do not know. I want to say it was a Ford something really old, but I don't know.
Okay, we call
It
it
looked really
Ford.
cool and it matched my outfit, and it just happened to be sitting in a parking lot, and we were like, "This is it. This is the shot."
That's fair. We'll call it. We'll call it a Ford. It looks Fordish. Um,
It has the front of a Ford.
so um, check out Giving In, available on all the platforms. Uh, so we're in the fall season now. Eventually the cold weather's gonna kick in. Um,
Yeah.
what do you have in store in these final few months of 2021 as it pertains to upcoming shows, or dare I say, maybe you release one more song before the year's end? What you have in store in this final few months?
Yeah, so my music video for Country Heart City Roots will be releasing this month or the beginning of next month. So that's something super exciting to look forward to. Unfortunately, we've had to cancel all of our shows. I got emergency activated and I will be deploying for the next 6 months. And so unfortunately, everything had to be canceled and we will have to pick up when I get back. I'm hoping I have a couple more songs that are in the pipeline that have already been recorded that I'm hoping we can kind of push out in the next couple of months while I'm away, just to kind of keep the ball rolling and keep you guys listening, and hopefully you like it. But definitely the next biggest thing will be my video release for Country Heart City Roots, and it was an amazing video shoot and it turned out great. So I hope that you guys really, really like it.
I'm glad you brought up that video, cause I'm still on Facebook and I'm seeing some scenes, seeing the video of it. You out here with the MTV shirt on, and
You
you
know,
out
we're gonna
here,
bring it back a little bit,
you
get
know,
some
you
nostalgia going.
got the Daisy Dukes, you got you out there shooting, you out here getting turned up, that's
Yeah, it was a
it's,
blast.
yeah, so that's definitely gonna be a fun video. But man, Bree, go check out the website, BreeJaxson.com. All the social media feeds is on there, and all her music is on there. And while she goes back to duty, please support this woman. Go buy her merch. Go stream her music. Just let her know that while she's getting back to duty, on that you haven't forgotten about her musically, and once she comes back, she gonna come at y'all a lot more music and
Yes.
shows and such. So go check that out. Bree, pleasure of having you on the
Yes, thank
show.
you.
I enjoyed chatting with you. Check out Giving In, Country Heart, City Roots. Check out the music, and again, thanks for your time. Continued success musically, and also we wish you the best as you get back to duty. And again, thank you for your time.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It was so nice chatting with you.
Great chatting with you as well. You have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.